Well, how often has history witnessed this rivalry? It precedes this generation. It precedes a name change as well as a location change. And now, Portmore United and Arnett Gardens meet to write another chapter in this, their storied contest. When Portmore United were known as Hazard United, their first title in the 92-93 season came at the expense of Arnett Gardens winning their second title at the time. Hazard United also interrupted an historic Arnett three-peat in the 2002-2003 season. Arnett Gardens' fifth and most recent title came in the 2016-17 season. Portmore, they were the beaten finalists then. A rivalry which has not only decided bragging rights, but titles. They have met for the championship on 4 different occasions. Now they are part of the most intense playoffs we have seen in recent history. Sabina Park awaits the combat. Hello and welcome to our coverage here on the Home of Champions. Wherever you're watching all over the world, thanks so much for joining us here on Sportsmax. My name is Donald Oliver. I'm with Chris Taylor, and he's looking forward to this contest as well. Chris?
Beautiful matchup. And excellent performance in the first leg for both as well. Few changes by both, and we just wonder how that will manifest itself here at Sabina Park. 12 titles between the two. And yeah, a lot of quality. As Liché said, Fabian Reid, 11 goals in 14 games. And Siobhan Walsh coming into the lineup, arguably one of the best out-and-out number 9s in this Premier League.
Audrey Hamilton, the official in charge in the middle. Melvin Reid, Ricardo McKenzie will assist her. Tyrone Robinson is the fourth official for this evening. Fabian Reid, the captain of Arnett, on the right. Siegel Knight, the skipper of Portmore United, on the left.
Once again, remind you that this is a family-oriented event. That's such we expect.
Portmore United, the home team for this second leg, and we take a look at the starting lineup for them. They've made a couple of changes. Clayton Peck comes into the back 5, and it also includes Emilio Rousseau, Akeem Mullings, Stephen Young, Alvinus Myers, Benjamin Williams, who has 7 clean sheets from his 10 starts before this game, comes in between the 6. Jaheen Rose, the captain knight, Jamari Morrison comes into the midfield trio for Portmore United. Up top, Alex Marshall will partner Siobhan Walsh, who has 9 goals to his name so far this season, the 28-year-old. Philip Williams, of course, is the coach of this Portmore United unit. As far as Arnett Gardens is concerned, they have fortified the midfield. The back 4 remains the same. Philando Wing, Shane Watson, Shivani Williams and Shadiko Wizard in front of their custodian Eric Edwards. In the middle of the park, Jamon Shepherd comes into that midfield area alongside Roshane Thompson, Marlon Martin and Jaheim Thomas complete the midfield 4. Yep, they are playing a 4-4-2. Arnett Gardens. Fabian Reid, with 11 goals to his name, will partner the youngster Kahim Dixon, who has 4. And Xavier Gilbert is the man in charge of this Arnett Gardens unit.
Just the one change for Arnett Gardens, with obviously Kimani Arborn going out, Jamon Shepherd coming in. Change of formation as well, which means they were playing more through the spine, Arnett Gardens. I think, thinking about how Xavier Gilbert would have looked at this as well, they gave up a lot of the midfield play in that first leg. They'll be looking to rectify that. Kahim Dixon comes into a centralized position with Fabian Reid, which is when they look most dangerous, instead of having him out wide. So look for a lot more central play, a lot more control of the middle from an Arnett Gardens perspective. I think they're looking for more touches in there as well between Thomas and Shepherd.
Arnett Gardens, of course, in their usual red and black. Fabian Reid trying to get the ball inside. Has some assistance from Thomas. Lovely stuff, Thomas, with an effort that is skewed. And it goes out over to that far side. Shepherd. Wizard plays it inside to Martin. Martin had to scurry to get it. Now Willis. Willis with the dink. Too much on it. And Portmore United trying to break in transition. That's going to be interesting to see how they will go through the lines. Wizard kept that one in play. Did actual extra there in finding Dixon. Here's an attempt. That's not much of an attempt. Wide of the mark.
And Arnett is going without the out-and-out wingers. So the expectation is that Wing and Wizard will be providing the width from the wing-back position. Of course, Rasheen Thompson with that strike. Did play for a while at Portmore United as well, did Rasheen Thompson.
Yep, scored a goal for them. Did Rasheen Thompson for Portmore United. Also formerly of Tivoli Gardens as well. So he's been around, Rasheen Thompson. Three goals to his name so far this season for the 23-year-old. As we take a look at the coaching staff, led by Philip Williams, who has had the taste of title success last season, having won the knockout trophy, the Link Cup, and he would have been relieved with that success. Many times he would have been a part of the groom party, but never the one wed until last season. Walsh was trying to head it on, but there was no one near him really. Shepherd. Marshall.
Yeah,
may have another tough evening, Alex Marshall. But he's such a skillful, wily player. Knows how to keep the ball as well. Decides to send this one inside, and Edwards couldn't keep that one in play. It's going to be a corner kick to Portmore United.
And that's one of the changes for Portmore as well. The need for Alex Marshall to play in a higher position with Siobhan Walsh. And because of that, Jamari Morrison brought in to bring that level of ball handling and creativity within the middle. I thought for a lot of the season, especially in that first leg as well, Marshall has to play too deep, an overload of work as well, which meant by the second half he was tired.
Rousseau looking to deliver for Portmore United. At the near post and not quite handled well, but recovered by Edwards, who immediately sends it long. Thomas picks it up for Arnett Gardens. Shepherd is there for company. Shepherd thinking of a shot, probably should have remained a thought. Well wide of the mark.
Kahim Dixon has given him the run and wanted the ball immediately, but Shepherd hadn't settled down yet. But again, you can see so far, and it's just for 5 minutes into the game, but already Arnett Gardens, more numbers within the middle of the park.
Crowd building all the time here at Sabina Park. And more will come in, of course, a little bit later on. We will have Waterhouse against Tivoli Gardens. That one is also tied at 1 apiece. Lovely from Kahim Dixon. Always a live wire. Looking for the return ball. Gets it, nods it forward too. Not cleared properly. Thomas trying to hold it. Needs some help. Found it in Thompson. Thompson keeping possession. Thompson again. Gets it back. Pokes it across. Wing. Dixon. Wing with the run. Dixon. Was he tripped? He was. According to referee Arnett Hamilton, free kick just outside the area.
He's a blockbuster, Kaheem Dixon. Love him as a young player. And trust me, within the central positions, he'll be a real handful for this Portmore defence line. Can go either way, very skillful. Yeah, made the most of that, must be said, but there was a slight hand on him. Not sure if it was enough for that fall.
Well, they want to make use of this. We know that Shivani Willis can crack it from distance. This isn't too far out. Those in the wall, not quite the envy of many.
Had a free kick in the same position last week and went straight for goal.
Yeah, I think he's going straight for goal, Shivani Willis.
Oh, you think so this time?
I think so too. There he goes, off the bar. It was obvious. And he did lace that one hard. And I'm not sure if Benjamin Williams would have got there. But the bar was in the way. And it came to the Portmore custodian's rescue.
Yeah, very close to the 18-yard area. Getting a lot of dip, but not in time. Lovely technique, though. Cristiano Ronaldo had perfected that technique in getting that late dip with use of the instep from close proximity. And that was a great instep strike there from Willis. But, as I said, just not enough time for it to dip. I think just the pace of it would have had Williams in trouble.
Oh, it had Williams in trouble. Rose sends it out wide. Oh, that's good movement there. This delivered, but straight into the hands of Eric Edwards. It had gone past the line for a goal kick. There is Xavier Gilbert. He's also in charge of the National Women's Program. Gilbert is first time in charge of Arnett Gardens. Well, officially he's temporarily in charge of the women's program as temporary interim head coach. It's a pretty long interim period, I can tell you that.
Better start by Arnett Gardens today.
Yep. But here is Marshall. Young got a foot in there, and it's going to be a free kick to Portmore United. Dixon with a foul.
I just wonder if, as the match goes on, if we will still see Alex Marshall start to come deep, because he's a different kind of passer to Morrison. Yes, Morrison good with handling the ball, but doesn't necessarily have those incisive passes of the same quality like an Alex Marshall. So,
well, here's the ball over the top. Dixon has it. The keeper is off his line. Where's Williams going? Dixon is brought down, and Williams is in trouble here. The color of the card is yellow.
Yeah, I think it's the right color as well. Don't think it was a red card challenge by any means. Lots of players recovering and getting back. A serious tug on the shirt of Kaheem Dixon.
The shirt is actually torn.
Yeah, it's a yellow card. It's a yellow card. He was going away from goal as well, Dixon. And it's a bit clumsy from Williams, yes, but certainly not a red card. If you could see the Rousseau, I think, as well.
I don't think there was a hand involved as well. I don't think so.
No. I think good call from Arnett Hamilton. Clumsy from Benjamin Williams, but I guess he had to do what he had to do.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It probably was the best option.
Because he also forced Kaheem Dixon away from goal.
Yeah.
Well, now you have Willis to deal with.
It is prime real estate, isn't it? For Shivani Willis into the wall. He'll try again. It's wide of the mark.
Well, That's as tame as it would get from Willis, or anticlimactic. Disappointing second strike in the end.
I wonder who he's supporting. O'Neill Bigger Thompson.
The Jamaica Premier League. It must be said, he attends most televised matches, wherever it's being held. Avid supporter.
Ball over the top. Walsh is there. Oh, that's a challenge that had to be made. Willis
was there
back
as well.
there with the foot, sticking it out and putting it behind for a corner kick.
Siobhan Walsh, certainly the X factor in this contest. He can be a match winner for this Portmore team, and at no point will they be allowed to sign off with a player of his quality. 9 goals already in the season. Scored against Arnett Gardens in the 1-1 tie at the end of the preliminary round.
Rousseau with the corner kick. Not a bad delivery. Headed away. Rose gives chase. Thompson beats him to it. Portmore, they have it back. Ball whipped inside. There's an appeal for a handled ball. Nothing doing. And that shot from Morrison, well wide of the mark. The appeals continue. Not sure if there's a lot in it, but we'll see it on the replay.
On his weaker side, Morrison does favour the left. Scuffed it badly in the end. But these are the kind of half chances that Portmore can... Yeah, might have been a bit, but I think that's small. Ball to hand.
Yeah. That's another ball to hand situation, I'm sure. The whistle goes. Free kick to Arnett Gardens. It's a good game so far. But Arnett Gardens in the ascendancy, one would think. There's the delivery inside. Ooh. Well, Dixon flung himself at it. There was a bit of a deflection. Here they come again, Arnett Gardens wing, trying to get that one inside. Shepherd, too much on it. Kimani Arboy not at 100%, but he is supporting Arnett Gardens through and through with the red hairstyle. Peck. Morrison. Marshall.
Coming with 10 minutes, number 13 from Portmore, Benjamin Williams. Caution in the 10th minute, number 13, Benjamin Williams of Portmore United. Still, Portmore United, 10.
And the Gardens, they have to be careful with the possession as well. They don't want to be giving it up too easily. Portmore United as well, but they do have a free kick midway Arnett's half. Rousseau looking to plant this one accurately. There's the ball inside that's nodded away. Thomas giving chase, but back there was Knight. Wing. Oh, Kaim Dixon lost it. This could be dangerous. Mullings. Walsh. Walsh trying to send it out wide to Alex Marshall. Marshall. Ambitious effort there from distance. Probably was in a couple of minds there. Marshall. Didn't have enough power to actually really go for goal. I think he was probably trying to get the cross in as well. In the end, it went nowhere. Myers in the way. Finding Marshall again. Morrison wasn't expecting it. Thompson collects it. Thomas going after it. Wizard. Wing nods it forward. Thomas trying to get involved. Wing again. Martin. Shepherd. Arnett Gardens in transition here. Shepherd with acres of space. Touches it forward, continuing his run. Needs a better pass from Thompson. Good win there. Dixon. Wing. Wing sends it across. Portmore not clearing properly. Still an opportunity. Reed trying to hit it on the turn. Took a deflection corner kick.
Yeah, a bit ambitious from Fabian Reed. Thought he would have done better picking out a pass at the back post. Trying to bend it from that kind of angle would have been improbable. Good move again by Arnett Gardens. Looking dangerous. Nice energy about their play. And not giving the Portmore defenders time on the ball either.
Here's Wing's delivery. Looking for Thompson. Shepherd has it. Hassled by Morrison. Shepherd moving away from him. Dixon. The give and go working. Dixon. Not the best pass across. Watson. Wizard. Thompson. Losing possession there. Hasn't been at his sharpest as yet. Shane Thompson. Walsh. Left the ball behind. Shepherd. Looking for Dixon. And Young has been outstanding all season. The Portmore United defender. 13 clean sheets from his 25 starts.
Yeah, not so sure about the quality of that throw though. But yeah, that's a minor blemish. One of the best centre-backs this season, if not the best. Stephen Young, very consistent. Has had his goals to his repertoire as well. 3 of them.
Yeah, just 22 years old as well, Stephen Young.
Part of the Sportsmax team of the...
Here's Peck driving that one, and Edwards. Well,
team of the preliminaries.
Shepherd.
Yeah, Clayton Peck preferred in that position to the out and out, as an out and out left back, being very left-sided Peck instead of Akila Howard, who is more right-sided. Agreed with the Portmore coaching staff for that. I thought Howard would play better as a right back. They've decided to go with Myers. Nothing wrong with that. The experience in Lucian. I'm probably thinking of Howard as an impact player, maybe off the bench with his kind of energy. And that's one of the things that I think Xavier Gilbert and his team have the upper hand with. I think they have more impact players off the bench, more players that can change the game, Xavier Gilbert.
Especially on the wing.
Yeah, so they have more to offer. So I think more integral from a Portmore perspective to get the advantage early, look to win the game early.
Well, Arnett Gardens have had the majority of the possession so far.
Yeah. In a boxing match, they would be leading
on points.
Yeah.
Yep. Wing. Nicely done, Thomas. Here's an opportunity for Dixon. And Williams out to collect. Curls it out immediately, but Walsh couldn't get there.
I was about to say that was an example of why Williams was brought in, because some may be thinking, but Tyrone Williams has had an outstanding season.
Well, here's Arnett again coming forward. And Dixon touches it inside, gets the return ball, running into space, can line up an effort, and the effort goes into orbit.
And in fact, in the first leg, Tyrone Williams was excellent. Great ball stopping, blocked quite a few attempts from Fabian Reed, etc. However, what Benjamin Williams brings is a range of release. His ability with a long throw and a long kick, very good with that, Benjamin Williams. And you could see that he can immediately release that pass to Siobhan Walsh through it, 2/3 of the field. So I think that was one of the reasons. Philip Williams and Portmore are looking to be a lot more positive in this first half, even though, as you said, they're probably losing on points. But their changes are more attacking, more positive. And I think Williams is one of those as well. Even though maybe between the sticks in terms of handling, as we see the second yellow card, Tyrone Williams might have the edge this season.
Yellow card shown to Sieg Knight for this challenge on.
Yeah, that was poor from behind as well, on Martin.
Martin on the receiving end there. Shepherd unable to send that one out wide. Martin mopping up to an extent.
And I think what happens with that as well, when you have a keeper that doesn't have the range of pass or range of release, what it means is you're much more dependent on your centre-backs and your defenders to then pass out the ball and get it out quickly. So I think it adds another dimension to the Portmore play.
Reed knocks it into space. And Arnett Gardens trying to switch the play again. And Thomas was fouled. Not sure if that was necessary from Mullings, Had him cornered.
Silly.
Right on the touchline. Why foul him there? Arnett looking to move through the gears. Dixon couldn't recollect. Throw into Arnett though. Yep, there's going to be a water break for these teams. And midway the first half, or just about, Portmore United 0, Arnett Gardens 0.
Yeah, a bit surprised that they have opted for the water break or the Hamilton, considering that the time is actually so cool. A beautiful breeze across the ground. I guess it gives us a chance to hear what the camps have to say.
Yep, it does. Game is about to resume after players get some refreshments, and Portmore United, they now have a throw. Marshall was pulled by Shepherd. Free kick to Portmore United. Rousseau's ball inside. Arnett trying to move out of their defensive third. Marshall has some space to work with here. Arnett with the coverage. Martin reading the play before Mars could get there. Another corner kick to Portmore.
Come on, let's go, follow your runner. Follow your runner.
Bit of argy-bargy in the box. But it's Hamilton having a word with Morrison and Martin, it seems. Rousseau's ball inside the area, and the effort was blocked. Comes out as far as Rousseau. Rousseau's ball inside, and Edwards calls for it and gets it. Sends it out immediately, but they had men back, Portmore United, thwarting the attack, the counter-attack of Arnett Gardens. Shepherd. Wizard. Both teams having their game plans here, but Arnett Gardens, again with the majority of the possession, trying to capitalize and making it count, but Portmore United, they have been defending very well. Walsh does well to hold it up. Gets the return from Morrison. I think Morrison was looking to play him in. Walsh wasn't anticipating it, wasn't expecting it, didn't go for it. Morrison again wins it, and it's a throw into Arnett. You can download the Sportsmax app today from the Google Play or the App Store. And just keep in touch with everything happening on the Home of Champions, including the remainder of this Rainier U Jamaica Premier League season. Martin. Wing to take the throw. Ball over the top looking for Marshall. Marshall does well to get by Willis, but well, ran out of real estate, did Alex Marshall. And he was also slightly helped on his way. Not quite the dark arts, Chris Taylor. Here's Arnett again. Thompson. Siegel Knight couldn't believe the call against him on that occasion. Here's Arnett once more. Delightful ball, but again no one there really at the back post for Arnett Gardens, which
No, that's lovely.
must be a little bit frustrating. Wing lost it. Marshall has it. Walsh collects. Morrison trying to find. Rose was making a run.
Not a bad play at all. Almost found him.
Almost. Thomas was hesitant in playing the ball forward. Thompson, Wizard, who had continued his run inside the area, didn't reach him. Walsh now looking for help, finding Marshall. Marshall behind Morrison. Shepherd trying to come forward. Jakeem Thomas. Jamon Shepherd. Morrison ran into traffic, and the whistle went. And the play is down for Arnett Gardens. It's Willis. Getting some attention from off the bench.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember, we Jamaica Premier League is powered by JPL. The partners, proven, just left, Pleasant Academy. The partners.
The pace of the game getting slower and slower as it has progressed. As Willis gets some attention. Willis has represented the national team, made his debut off the bench against Antigua and Barbuda in a 6-0 Nations League win back in 2019, September of 2019. Actually has 1 goal for Jamaica as well from the penalty spot against Aruba. Portmore United with the free kick. Myers struggled to keep that one in play and gets a throw in the end for his team. Rousseau lost it. Edwards calls for it, spills it, and then holds on at the second attempt. Dixon does well. Dixon was looking for runners. Ball inside the area. That was a late challenge from Morrison on Thomas.
Yeah, good first touch from Jaheim Thomas. And a chance for Arnett Gardens to whip this one in.
Well, an opportunity for Arnett Gardens here. They have sent bodies inside the box. Here's the ball inside. Willis almost creating problems inside the area.
Nice delivery from Jermaine Shepherd. Just a little bit too high in the end. Yeah, Willis rising, but not able to get a touch, but in the business area.
Oh, that ball has gone through, and it's an opportunity for Walsh, and Edwards denies him. Well, what a big chance that was for Portmore United. Almost came out of nothing. And Portmore proving that they can be so dangerous. Wing. Oh, he has space. Thomas. Cleared by Knight.
And that's what we spoke about as well, Donna, the half chances for Portmore.
Wizard trying to play that one through to his captain. And again, Knight in the way. But yeah, speaking of the half chances, Coach Philip Williams ruining that miss.
Nice flick on from Alex Marshall. Great first touch by Walsh, and to give Eric Edwards credit, he got big quick. Made himself a lot bigger and closed on Walsh before he could really make up his mind as to where he wanted to finish.
Shepherd. Looking for options here. Wizard. Martin. Wing. Young. Just claiming that he's innocent there. Dixon went down in a heap actually. Holding his lower back, I think. Oh, he looks as if he's been through the wars. Yeah, a slap A slap in the back from Young. Almost as if a big brother was trying to wake up his little brother with the hit. And Dixon had a little brother reaction, to be fair. A little bit of over-exaggeration. Shepherd, Willis behind this. It's Willis again. And Williams holds on to it. Wing trying to make a nuisance of himself. But to give Williams credit, he was never going to let go of it. Here's a free kick again. Wing was also quite brave on that occasion, I think, based on the size in that matchup between him and Benjamin Williams. Oh, he was being a little bit too slight there, Willis. But Edwards mops up. Martin sends it out to Wizard. Thompson. Shepherd. Trying to play it out wide. But again, Portmore had numbers back. And now they try to get forward. Oh, that's a wonderful ball to Morrison. Walsh is in space. Willis cuts down Morrison. And the yellow card is going to be shown to Arnett's number 4. Willis had to take him out. Should have played the ball earlier, I felt. Jamari Morrison. They were asking for the free kick and the yellow card. They got it. Morrison requiring some attention just to confirm that Willis indeed got the yellow card. Opportunity for Portmore United now. Rousseau is behind this. Myers there as well. It is Myers at the back post looking for Young. Edwards collects. Hurls it out immediately, finding Fabian Reed in the process. Both teams not wanting to make a mistake here. You can feel the tension as well. 5 minutes of stoppages to be played here.
All positions just to indicate minimum 5 minutes to be added to the first half.
Myers trying to beat his marker. Wing does well. Dixon trying to be clever. Morrison trying to get a foot in. Dixon operating the small spaces well. Shepherd. Reed. Referee says play on. Their bodies all across the Bayana Park, but they recover now. Thompson feeds it through. Dixon! Well, we have seen him bury those. Not on that occasion. Looking for his 5th of the season, came Dixon. The youngster knows that he can do better. Knows where the goal is, the 19-year-old. It didn't miss by a whole lot, though. Walsh gets some ports in Morrison, and now it's with Myers, and Myers dinks it in an area. Just Arnett Gardens players there than an effort from Knight wide of the mark. He's another that can crack it from distance. Siegel Knight. Harold Thomas looking on from the VIP area. Now with Mount Pleasant. Wonder if he'll be changing his tactics for the second half. Well, he's looking to get the bounce there, and Portmore United, can they capitalize? And again, it was Peck. Delayed the pass, I felt, from out wide, and just allowed Arnett Gardens to close down the spaces on that occasion. Myers with the corner kick for Portmore United. Here it comes. Reed beats his marker. Was he clipped? Accidentally by Mullings. Not sure exactly what the captain was thinking there. He's also there for time management, Benjamin Williams. Or that Hamilton has almost seen enough. Arnett with a free kick. Watson. Well, the highlights won't be many, but the tension is a lot. 45 minutes have elapsed. We're yet to see a goal in this fixture. It's been tense. There have been quite a few mistakes in the middle of the park. Not a lot of goal mouth activity, but we are witnessing a chess game in this football match. Both teams will talk it over. Let's see what the second half holds for us. You get the feeling it's going to be a little better. After 45 minutes, we're goalless in the second leg. It's 1-1 on aggregate. It's still all squared between Portmore United and Arnett Gardens. Hello and welcome back to Sabina Park. Portmore United and Arnett Gardens is the game here, and it's a second leg quarterfinal of the Reneview Jamaica Premier League. Chris Taylor has retired, as we've sent him off into retirement for the evening. He's not 100%, but I can assure you that he's going to be fine in the coming days. Leger Williams has replaced him in the commentary box, and I'm sure you'd have been paying keen attention to what took place in the first half. It's not quite as exciting as the first leg, I should say that first. But in terms of the tactics of both these teams, what did you see?
Yeah, you know, coincidentally, thank you very much for the introduction, by the way, Donald. You know, coincidentally, a lot of what I spoke about before the game in terms of the keys to the game has come true. Portmore have been relying a lot on their box defending, haven't been quite the attacking force. Even though the inclusion of this man on screen, Siobhan Walsh, he has come into the squad but hasn't quite had the service, had a one-on-one that maybe he should have done better with. Benjamin Williams came into the team as well, hasn't had too much to do, but Arnett Gardens have been the dominating force. They have tried to occupy those central areas as much as possible, not starting with a natural winger, so that was clear to see from the start, and they have been attacking, but the final action just quite hasn't been there for them as yet. Kaim Dixon probably came the closest. Fabian Reed also playing a big part, but this Arnett Gardens team, I think it's just up to them to keep up the tempo and get a bit more decisive with their final action. I think they will be the team in the ascendancy. It will be interesting to see what Portmore United change at the break.
Well, the second half is on the way here at Sabina Park. Arnett Gardens will be kicking towards downtown Kingston. Of course, they're in the red and black. Portmore United will be kicking towards the New Kingston area and up South Camp Road. And here they are, Portmore United, with Morrison getting his first touch of the second half. Peck is out wide, looking to deliver early. Myers. Thomas was in the way. Shepherd. Now the captain Reed. Just a reminder, if we're still squared at the end of 90 minutes, there will be extra time, 30 minutes of it. And if we're still squared after extra time, of course, it's down to the lottery of penalty kicks. This one has gone through to Shepherd. Shepherd trying to play it in the path of Dixon. And Portmore United managed to bang that one upfield. Lovely ball through. Dixon looking to turn on his marker. And it's a throw in. Mullings doing enough. Thomas, now Wizards, ball inside. Myers streaking forward. Morrison back to Myers. Myers sends it inside, but Willis was in the way. It really was a hopeful ball from the St. Lucian. Now Shepherd knocks it out wide. Reed looking for options, deciding to go back, the captain. This is Dixon. Reed thought he had more time. He didn't. Marshall now. Morrison. Marshall. Still Marshall. Was he tripped from behind? He was. Wing. Goes into the referee's book.
Yeah, Portmore have tried their best to be a threat on the transition, and on a couple of occasions where they've broken away or looked as if they're going to break away. Some cynical fouls aside from Shavani Willis in the first half, and now Philando Wing. Both of those players into the referee's book now. They've presented a pretty good free kick opportunity for Portmore United. Seems as if Siobhan Walsh or Amelia Rousseau are going to be lining this one up.
Well, who will take it? Rousseau with the left foot, or Walsh with the right. Four-man wall constructed by Arnett Gardens. It is Walsh, it's over the top.
Got the power, of course, Siobhan Walsh, but the placement and in the end the execution not quite there. So Portmore United's leading goal scorer, pretty central as well.
Here's Arnett. Was that another clip from behind? Mullings. Dixon. Wizard sends it inside. Reed. Thompson couldn't quite get a shot off. Rose was in his way. Foul on the play. Called against Watson. Free kick to Portmore United. Mullings. Too much on that one from Walsh as he tried to play in Peck. Martin. Thompson finding Wing again, or trying to. Up steps Stephen Young. Then he launches one early. And Marshall going to ground easily. Martin looking for options. Peck trying to capitalize now for Portmore United. Gets by one. That's a lovely ball out wide to Morrison, who has space to shoot too. It was a timid effort, wasn't it? Picked up by Marshall on his left, drives it wide of the mark. It's always so dangerous when Portmore's number 11 has the ball on his left. But on that occasion, he couldn't hit the mark.
A couple of fortunate breaks for Portmore United, but it would have been mighty unfortunate for Arnett Gardens if Alex Marshall's tuner found the right song on that occasion. Another dangerous opportunity for Portmore in transition. It's going to be important for Arnett Gardens to manage those.
Young kept it in play. Referee says play on, and they do. Wizard runs into space, trying to thread that one through. Didn't quite have the capacity. Morrison, he's been a little bit off this evening. Jamari Morrison. Martin.
Can see what Arnett Gardens are attempting, trying to force the ball in those central areas, but when it's off, the passes that is can lead to some easy turnovers, and they have been off quite a bit in this game.
Shepherd again. Thomas feeds it out wide. Turns back inside. Martin. Wing. Has Thompson for company. Back to Wing. Thompson sends it inside. There's Dixon off the post and again off the bar. And here's another effort that's wide of the mark. Well, that sequence was absolutely insane. How did Dixon not score there? It's almost miraculous, you'd think, that Portmore are not behind after that sequence.
Kaheem Dixon must be ruining his luck, but he should have scored there. Had two extremely inviting opportunities, and somehow this game is still level. Somehow.
Wow. Wow. You know, in the statistics, it's going to add insult to injury that he missed the target twice in just that sequence.
You know, coming into the playoffs, there was a lot of talk, especially from the Arnett Gardens camp, that Kaheem Dixon is the most natural finisher at the club. He definitely wants these two opportunities back. That finish should have been converted, but this one especially, an empty goal. It's too high.
It's almost as if he was trying to be a little bit too clinical. Oh, how he'd want another chance. Portmore United looking to get an opportunity here. Dixon was coming from an offside position, it seems. Yep. Oh, he's still thinking about it. If his shirt wasn't ripped, he would have ripped it. Almost got in trouble there. And Portmore United knocking it into touch. Willis. Throw in to Arnett. Morrison. Here's Portmore again. Morrison trying to get there. Martin with the header. Marshall wins it from Thomas. Trying to force the pass. Thomas had fouled, or was it Martin who had fouled Marshall, who gets the free kick. There was a lot of tugging there. This is from some way out. There's a dink inside, and Edwards with no issues immediately sends it out looking for Dixon. Can't keep it in play. Not the best clearance, Peck. Arnett. Thomas. Wing. Oh, that's a strong challenge from Knight. Referee says play on. And Portmore caught in an offside trap. There is the opposition leader, Mark Golding, who is also the chairman of Arnett Gardens Football Club. Not sure that was a wry shake of the head there. Here's Shepherd. Martin now. Dixon. Dixon with the lift, looking for his captain there. Williams hurls it out looking for Walsh. Walsh, was he being held back? Still has the strength. Willis was caught. Walsh looking for the yellow card.
Has to be careful, Willis. Already on a yellow. Another set-piece opportunity now for Portmore United.
Willis was really flirting with danger there. Benjamin Williams needs some attention, the custodian for Portmore United. There is Nick Matthews, the CEO of Sportsmax. Part of the waving gallery and the VIPs. The north stand pretty much full. And maybe wingers will come into the fray shortly for Arnett Gardens.
Yeah, all three of the substitutes that they have warming up are wide players. So maybe a change of approach incoming. Albeit that would probably be the only way to go, judging by who they have on the bench. Pretty much all of their central midfield players on the pitch at current. Arnett Gardens.
And would they then go with one striker? Questions as to who could come out. In the meantime, it is a free kick for Portmore United, lest we forget. Emilio Rousseau from distance. Oh dear.
And he blazes it a distance away from the goal.
They've given up possession. Arnett Gardens. Walsh was sending it out wide, but nobody there in wide for Portmore. Now Shepherd. Ball played through to Dixon. Delightful, looking for his captain Reid. And here's an opportunity for Arnett Gardens still inside the area. Kept alive. Here's a shot. I think it was Reid who blocked it, his captain. And it safely goes through to Benjamin Williams. Well, Arnett Gardens, when they do go forward, it's been eventful for the fans, that's for sure. Marshall keeping his footing, sends it out wide. Peck lining up an effort that goes high, very high.
Decision making hasn't been too great by the Portmore United attackers so far in this matchup. I think that's what they were discussing as well. Didn't have too many to aim for. Clayton Peck went for the shot and it was definitely not the best. Chase Smith, Kimani Arboyne, possible game changers.
Thompson. You almost get the feeling that one goal would be enough here. Wizard knocks it forward. Reid. Thomas to the byline, sends it across, nods it inside, looking for Dixon, and the header over the top. The defensive header. Corner kick to Arnett Gardens.
Heroic defending in the end there by Jaheen Rose. Kahim Dixon was primed for the spectacular.
That he was. Corner kick though to Arnett Gardens. Here is Wings delivery inside. And the header, brilliantly saved by Williams, denying Arnett skipper. Another chance for Arnett Gardens. Fabian Reid thought he scored his 6th goal against Portmore United in his career. But Williams went down low to deny him.
Really good opportunity. It was a free header. But Benjamin Williams actually staying on his line, I think benefited him in the end. Was in a pretty good position to make that save and did make it. And yet again needs some assistance.
Yeah, he doesn't land lightly, does he? Fabian Reed thought he did it again. Portmore will be making changes now. Okilo Howard comes on. Jamari Morrison hasn't had the best game this evening. Makes an exit, so to Clayton Peck. So Howard comes on for Peck. And Nathaniel Brooks comes on for Morrison. So another water break being taken, and the teams will talk it over. Remember, if it's still tied at the end of the 90, we'll have 30 minutes of extra time, and if the teams can't be separated, they'll have penalties. Janae is with the Ray Nephew Dancing Girls.
Yes, Donald, and the vibes is right. I'm here downstairs with the Ray Nephew Dancing Girls. This is where it's at. Ray Nephew, the title sponsors of the Jamaica Premier League. I want you to tell me, what are the vibes like in the stadium? You're dancing from night, well, from evening. Talk to me about your vibes so far.
Well, so far the vibes is nice. The cool breeze, the match very hot. The match of one with itself. I enjoy myself. As you can see, everybody enjoying a job. So
I see you up here, but I don't see you with any Ray Nephew. What's going on?
Well, no drink on the work. No drinking on the work, no alcohol.
All right. I want you to teach me a dance before we go. Just give me a little dance. What you guys doing on the stage, what the fans can see.
All right. Hello. What are the Looney Tunes? So I want
you guys show me a dance. Ready? You have to show me how we do it. Guys, the vibes is right down here. This is where the girls are, and this is where the vibes is at. We'll be back with more from the fans.
The Janae White Girl segment was brought to you courtesy of Ray Nephew. Ball over the top. I think she's going to have my head after this. Walsh. Well, they've made a couple of moves, Portmore United. Let's see how fruitful it will be. Brooks couldn't quite control that one. Now it's with Thomas. Thomas has some space to operate in here. Couldn't find his captain, who was unhappy with the service. Howard. Thompson couldn't quite intercept. Marshall sends it into space. The keeper is off his line, Edwards. Did enough to deny Brooks, who doesn't quite look up to the pace of the game as yet, the substitute.
Philip Williams trusting youth with his substitutions. Nathaniel Brooks of Woolmer's High School for boys, looking to make an impact in this encounter.
Rousseau to take this corner. Ball delivered, and not the most convincing clearances yet. Myers, Marshall, delightful ball! Oh my word, he's just missed it, Walsh, just missed it. He's the one who ended up in the net and knocked the ball. And that was also close for Portmore United again.
Inches away to getting his 10th goal, and what could have probably been a winning goal as well. Almost identical in ways to the goal that Portmore scored in the first goal as well. Alex Marshall on that left foot on that left-hand side. But this time, no luck in the finish. Arnett Gardens survive again.
Kimani Arboyne and Shea Smith are getting ready to come on for Arnett Gardens. Dixon is on the turf. I think a free kick has been awarded to Arnett Gardens. There's the entrance. I think it's Thompson was brought down over on the far side. Yeah, there he is, and not Dixon. So Arnett Gardens will be down to 10 players for the moment, as Thompson gets some attention. Wing to deliver. There's the ball. It's not a bad one, you know. Oh, he's made misconnection, Marlon Martin. What a chance that was again for the Junglers. And Martin couldn't sort out his feet inside the area for Arnett Gardens.
It was a delightful delivery from Philando Wing. Fell onto his weaker left-hand side, but still, connection not good enough. Going to be Shane Thompson and Kaheem Dixon to make way.
So the lone striker, Fabian Reed. Shea Smith comes on for Dixon.
Double substitution for Arnett Gardens, strong number 22, Shane Thompson.
How will they move? And here they are moving. It's with Smith. Smith! Smith! Oh, he's missed it. With his first touch against his former club, Shea Smith couldn't find the target.
Oh, so close. Good first touch. It might have been actually a little bit heavy from Shea Smith. Wondering why he didn't try and hit it with his left. Made it all so difficult for himself in the end. And yet again, Arnett Gardens inches away from taking the lead in this encounter.
Remember, you can download the Sportsmax app today from the Google Play or the App Store. This could be interesting, but Willis was composed at the back. Howard. Akila Howard swings this one, looking for Walsh, headed out again. Marshall sends it out wide. Howard delivers, looking for Walsh, and the clearance was made before Brooks could get onto it. Shepherd. Again, not the best ball forward. Marshall, according to the referee, committing the infringement there on Martin. No, it's tense down there. It really is tense down there. Here is Smith. Smith gets the corner kick for his team. Jamon Shepherd has gone across to take this corner kick for Arnett Gardens. There is the ball inside. Wasn't the best ball inside. Marshall looking to switch the play, which he does. Walsh. Marshall was nodding at where Myers was coming from. And now Marshall may need some attention. No, he's back on his feet. Shepherd. Wizard. Marshall with a little space to operate in. He has Walsh in the middle. It's on his left. It can be dangerous. It turned out not to be.
That's not the type of finish, not the type of action that we associate with the name Alex Marshall. Rushed it a bit, I think, after seeing Shane Watson fall to the floor. He's lit up a bit. And that one traveled way over the bar.
Well, they can smile about it now. Howard. Wizard. Shepherd. Trying to force the pass forward, Shepherd.
Not having the best of games, Jamon Shepherd.
It was a toss-up whether Thompson or Shepherd would have been taken out by Xavier Gilbert, I felt. Opted to take out Thompson, who would have suffered an injury a minute or so before the substitution was made.
I'm wondering that if that came into the thought process of Xavier Gilbert.
Here's Wing. Wing's ball inside, and no issues there for Benjamin Williams. Howard on it. Marshall. Howard. Lovely ball inside, but well handled by Wing. I can see that both teams are actually quite tired. I'm not sure how they're going to get through extra time. But let's see what will happen. Howard. Rose now for Portmore United. Well, Young on the turf. needs some attention from off the bench, and he'll get it as we take a look at the Sportsmax app moment of the game. And you have Kaheem Dixon, and a couple bites of the cherry, couldn't come up with the fruit. There's the first attempt off the upright, the second attempt off the bar. Could not believe his luck. Left foot, right foot, nothing doing. That's the Sportsman's that moment of the game. He won't love that. Young appears to be all right over on the far side. Stephen Barnett comes on for Jaheen Rose. I wonder how they move forward, Portmore United, with this change.
I think this is their definition of throwing the kitchen sink at it.
Yep, it is an attacking change. There's the ball inside. Barnett looking to set up Brooks. Brooks still has it, and he sends it to the skies. The quality in the final third disappointing in this game. Edwards again goes long. Thomas has it. Arboyne trying to win the header. Arnett Gardens, he'll get it back. Reed. Shepherd getting that header. Smith moving away from Walsh. Was he fouled? Indeed he was. Free kick to Arnett Gardens. Wing. That was a disappointing ball inside. Usually provides better.
I almost thought you were going to say depressing, because that could have been a pretty good adjective as well.
Marshall. Ball over the top. The keeper, though, Edwards, in some problems here, but Walsh lost his footing at the vital moment. And Edwards, I think, very fortunate. Now he goes the other way. And skipper trying to get on with it, taking the throw himself. Arnett in the attacking third. Ball played through, and Smith was trying to turn. Here is Smith again, over the top. You can't really say that they're getting closer and closer, Arnett Gardens. This was suffering from a bit of cramp there. A real battle of attrition at Sabina Park. Waterhouse Tivoli Gardens up next, but we're yet to decide the course for this one. Marshall on the turn. Challenge coming in. Another one from Martin. Necessary. Howard. Arboine will get there. Trying to move away from Mullings. Mullings does well. Arnett Gardens moving quickly. Was that a foul from Myers? Yeah. On Jaheen Thomas. Will we really have extra time here? Or is there's still a twist in this tale in the 90 minutes? Wings ball inside. Not a bad one, you know. Arboine will try and win it for Arnett Gardens. Allows it to go out into touch. Wizard. Arboine. Now they've lost it. Arnett, Marshall looking for options. Again, the ball over the top, looking for Walsh. Arboine trying to find Smith. Young in the way. Shepherd winning it. Arboine touching it through. Thomas. Marshall. Nicely done. Arboine touches it into the path of Shea Smith. Smith delivers inside. Fabian Reid. The breakthrough for Arnett Gardens. And at the stroke of midnight in this contest, Fabian Reid gets his 12th of the season. And Captain Fantastic may have come up trumps once again for the Junglists. Are they heading to another semi-final in the Jamaica Premiership? What a strike at the death. Reid in the 90th again.
Who else could it be? Who else could it be? 12 goals, 15 appearances. And I don't want to take anything away from this build-up. Shea Smith was brilliant, but yet again Fabian Reid has popped up at the critical time, the vital time, and Captain Fantastic has yet again put his cape on his shoulders and proved that those shoulders are broad. They're broad. They're much broader than Broadway. And has he fired Arnett Gardens into yet another semi-final? Portmore United have 7 minutes to make it not so.
His 86th career goal in the Jamaica Premier League. That was crucial. It was critical. Arboine, Reid, they're coming forward in numbers. Smith trying to collect and couldn't. Portmore United have about 6 minutes to try and save their season. That will go in the possession of Arnett Gardens. The fans waited so patiently for that goal. And isn't it sweet for them in the stands? Reed coming up trumps again. He keeps writing his own fairy tale, the captain. Wasn't there for much of this season. Went to India, tried out his luck, didn't have much. Came back and has been scoring at a fair clip since his return.
A frightening clip. 12 goals in 15 appearances. A staggering percentage of goals per game for Fabian Reed.
13 starts to be specific as well. So when you look at it like that, it's been really impressive.
Yeah, operating at a goal per every 90 minutes. It's going to be midfield reinforcements for Arnett Gardens here. Nika Shea Murray coming on for Jaheim Thomas.
Substitution for Arnett Gardens, song number 18, Jaheim Thomas, being replaced by number 26.
Arnett Gardens back in numbers now. Arbwine winning it. But the whistle goes. Was that a handled ball from Arbwine maybe? No, it may have been another infringement actually. Benjamin Williams has come all the way up to take this. There's the dink inside, and the header is over the top.
It was a free one, you know. That's a big chance for Stevie Young, who has been scoring with relative regularity this season. And I think Donald for man of the match, it has to be, for me at least, Philando Wing.
I don't want to argue with you much there. Shivani Willis is also there with a shout. I think he's been wonderful too. But yeah, Wing has put in a shift offensively and defensively. That's a foul. Arnett Gardens will take their time about it.
And you know, this man who maybe has been on the park for around 25 minutes game time has...
It's a proper cameo.
Yes, he's made such a huge impact, Shea Smith. Created the goal, had a couple opportunities himself. And Arnett are dancing already. They have a minute and a half to hold on.
They haven't really committed a lot of players on the line. Reed will get there. Can't get by Mullings though. Desperation time for Portmore United, but nothing going forward yet. Walsh chests it down. Barnett was trying to play it forward, and that's a challenge, and it's a clumsy one from Willis. Free kick to Portmore United. Williams has gone up to take it again. Portmore United, they have sent a lot of bodies inside the area, 7 of them. Edwards will grab it and he'll hold on to it. The seconds are few for Portmore United. The seconds are vital for Arnett Gardens. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, Reed and his troops will roar tonight. Arnett Gardens through to another semi-final in the Jamaica Premier League, sponsored by Ray Nephew. They were taken all the way. A 90th minute winner. Fabian Reed, the difference maker, and Xavier Gilbert's men came in like a hurricane in the end and blew over Philip Williams and the Portmore United team. What an intense game. But Portmore United left disappointed. And Arnett Gardens, in the end, they are flying into the Final Four, where they'll face a very tough opposition in Cavalier. What a night for the team from the concrete jungle. And the season continues for Fabian Reed and his team, and it ends for Portmore United. Fabian Reed decides to celebrate with his young girl, and the fans will know that there is still some way to go, but for now, for tonight, it's picture perfect. They'll celebrate, but not for too long. Business resumes again on Sunday in the aftermath of this quarter-final win. 1-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. Arnett Gardens over Portmore United. As we take a look at the full-time highlights, we can tell you not a lot to write home about. Both teams were feeding the heat. We did see the woodwork being struck on quite a few occasions. Willis, with the effort, hitting the crossbar. He knew he was close. Portmore United had chances of their own as well. This was driven into the hands of Eric Edwards, and this ball inside. Chance for Morrison, couldn't quite guide it goalwards. And Arnett Gardens just managing to stake a claim in their own penalty area. This was a big opportunity for Walsh, but Edwards was in the way, denying the big number 9. Philip Williams was wondering what would go right for him tonight. Marshall on his left, just wide. He usually buries those. Couldn't on that occasion. And then in the second half, Dixon off the post, Dixon off the bar. He could not believe his luck, or lack thereof. 2 bites at the cherry, couldn't come up with the fruit. Really couldn't believe it. You can tell what he said. Then the ball inside, fantastic header again from Fabian Reed, denied by Benjamin Williams. He was wondering if it was going to be his night tonight. Then Marshall doing well, delivered inside, just too far ahead of Walsh. And then Smith, that was his first and second touch coming on as a sub, almost scoring against his old club, Shea Smith. And then Smith running to the byline, sending it across and finding his captain in the 90th minute. Beautiful build-up by Arnett Gardens right across the face of the goal. And how many times have we seen Fabian Reed do this? 86 career goals in the Jamaica Premier League, and that one also crucial, also critical to send them into the semi-finals. They tried at the very end. Stephen Young couldn't quite get over it, and he went over the bar, and that was the end of the season for Portmore United. and it continues for Arnett Gardens. Into the semis they go. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, Portmore United with 11 shots, 2 on target. Arnett with 18 shots, 3 on target. Portmore, they were pretty physical in this one. 17 fouls committed, six more than Arnett Gardens. A couple of yellow cards were shown to both teams. And you see there in the end, Arnett Gardens edging out possession at 51%.
Yeah, today's man of the match, Philando Wing. He had a really good game, not only defensively, but offensively as well. He had a lot of responsibility today.
Well, the coach gave me a role to play and I did the job today. And it was all a team effort.
You were really selfless in what you were trying to do, and in the end you got the win. You must be ecstatic.
Well, I'm grateful because two seasons ago, we came here and we lost, unfortunately, but we got the win today and we are through to the semi-final.
And you have a really young team. You're pretty young yourself. Is it that this young team is galvanized and are looking forward to winning a Jamaica Premier League title this season?
Yes, definitely. We'd like to go all the way, but we're gonna take it one game at a time, and try to get there.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the playoffs and great performance today, Philando.
Thank you.
Really good performance from Philando Wing today. Now joined by Coach Philip Williams of Portmore United. Coach, it's a really fine margins. You must feel a tad bit unlucky tonight.
Very much so. I mean, we made the adjustment. As you saw, we were able to stay in the game for the entire 97 minutes. But as I said, fine margin. I didn't think we create enough chances, but at the same time, I don't think we were clinical enough with the few chances that we created.
Yeah, and a lot of the times the final action was what let you down in the end, and you must be ruining those chances. Yeah, your final action, especially in attacking areas, you must be ruining those opportunities.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, as I said, it's a game of fine margin, and with quality team like Arnett, get your chances, you have to definitely put away your chances. But I mean, as you saw, we made some adjustments, and I think the guys stick to the tactical adjustment, and we were able to be in the game for a longer period this time around. Unfortunately, we did not put away our chances.
Yeah, and you have a pretty young team. I'm sure even though you're out now, you'll have a lot of good feelings going into next season.
I mean, the squad is young, definitely, but in terms of my future at this level, I'll have to give it some consideration. I mean, there are a lot of things that I had put on hold for football, and they need to be done.
Well, thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah,
sorry that you couldn't get the win, but best of luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Coach Philip Williams there of Portmore United saying we're not sure if we're going to see him next season. But Coach Xavier Gilbert will be seeing him next week because it was quite a win for your team. You made the adjustments, but the goal in the end came very late.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate that we took so long to score, but I'm happy that we got the win tonight. I thought, again, we created the opportunities, get some good opportunities to score, and we just didn't finish. And I think at times we kind of let them in, and we're a little bit loose at the back, but thankfully for us, they didn't score, and then we find the win at the end.
It's always nice to have a player like Fabian Reid in your team, but not only Fabian Reid, you could call upon your subs who made a huge impact immediately.
Yeah, for sure. Both of them, I mean, it was their combination, Kimani and Shea Smith, and then they got it across to Fabian. You know, and we knew that it was just a matter of time. You know, we had to maintain the sustained pressure, and we continue to do so. We continue to plug away, and I mean, we finally got it in the end. Happy for them. I mean, I think they really deserve it. And it's a huge boost heading into the semi-final. I mean, they should be confident. And we're just going to go back, recover, and get ready for the next game.
You'll be facing tough opposition in Cavalier. What are your thoughts going into that semi-final?
Again, I mean, it only gets tougher as we go on, and that's life, you know. Once you go further, it's going to get tougher. And we have to prepare physically and mentally for it. And we're just going to get them recover, tactically do what we have to do. I mean, analyze how we're going to approach that game and prepare for it.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and best of luck in that semi-final.
Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been decided. Arnett Gardens through to the semis of the reigning Jamaica Premier League, where they'll face Cavalier. And we're looking forward to the next one to see who will join them in the semis. Tivoli Gardens, Waterhouse, also locked at 1 apiece. You can watch that on Sportsmax 2. the winner of this match will be playing the defending champions, Mount Pleasant, in the other semi-final. Yep, the Arnett Gardens faithful smiling at the end of that one. The Junglists 1-0 winners over Portmore United. They are through to the Final Four.